Hi. My name's Ian. I am sad. Welcome to Between Taorminas, where from now until opening day 2015, we're going to talk about crap because there's nothing else to talk about.
You're so sad, aren't you?
I'm really a sad person right now.
Yes, you got a lot to blame.
Yeah, there's a lot of blame to go around.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of blame to go around, starting with you, starting with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else is to blame?
You look like Mother Mary right now or something with your shawl on. God bless you. All right, what do we want to say? Where do we start?
We gotta go Tigers.
How do we get into it?
All right, here's what. All right, I have a poll out. I have a survey that I conducted.
Okay. Give us the results.
56% blame the bullpen.
56?
56% blame the bullpen.
Were the other 44 smoking crack or what? Why is
No,
that
Brad
100%?
Osmus.
Huh?
They probably blame Brad Osmus. Some of them blame Brad Osmus. 40% blame Brad Osmus.
40%?
Yes.
Where's that other 4% at?
They all of them blame the Catman.
The Catman?
The Catman slash you. Y-O-U.
I did my job.
Yeah, sure.
I did my job.
Hit that panic button, man, please. You did your job?
I did my job.
You did your job?
How did I not do my job? Well, that would have been nice 2 days ago.
Explain to me this about the Tigers. You know Ron Gardenhire's available, right?
Yeah.
Brad Osmus needs to get fired.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
He's the reason why the Tigers lost game 2.
Yeah.
Because instead of leaving Sanchez out there to pitch the 8th inning,
Yep.
you go to Java Chamberlain,
Yep.
and he gives them a disaster.
Yep.
This is why I think Brad Osmus needs to get fired, and I think you need to bring in Ron Gardenhire. Ron Gardenhire is going to command respect in that managerial room. Brad Osmus lost control of this team during the divisional series,
What
especially
evidence?
after game 2.
What evidence
I
do
don't
you
think they
have
lost that. No.
that
I
he
don't-
lost respect
He lost
or
respect.
control?
He lost control.
He made a dumb move.
He made a really dumb move, and that's why he should get fired for it.
I don't agree with that.
He does. He should get fired for it.
Ant?
A lot of people have been talking about it.
Ant?
Any opportunity you get to hire in a Ron Gardenhire, somebody that's been very well respected in the major leagues, you have to at least take a look at it. And bottom line is, did Brad Osmus make mistakes? Yes. But the thing is, the bullpen also made mistakes. You look at how the thing that took the Tigers down last year or this year was the bullpen.
Yeah.
You look at guys like Soria.
So
Soria was a
guys
disaster.
like-
who do you put more blame on then? Osmus or Dombrowski? Because did Osmus sign these guys?
I put blame on Osmus because he's the one that's supposed to bring everything in. You know, he's supposed to replace Jim Leland. He's done a miserable job at doing this. You know what I mean? Because
They won the division.
If Jim Leland was managing his team, the Tigers would have won the division at least 2 weeks ago. You know, with Osmus, it takes them on the final day to withstand a Kansas City team who's very, very good, very talented, and of course, and you don't know how good the Tigers are going to be next year because you got Kansas City's going to be better next year.
How many blown saves did Joe Nathan have?
7.
How many games did they lose that he blew? I want to say the number's 5.
5, yeah.
You tack on 5 more wins to that Tigers team, they would have won the division a long time ago. That's not Brad Osmus's fault.
Yeah, it is.
How's that his fault?
Because he was the one that committed.
They signed a $10 million closer to close out games. He didn't do his job. He can't go out there and pitch for him.
Yeah, but Brad Osmus is the one making every managerial move. At least, I also blame Dave Clark a little bit here because he should have sent Cabrera in game 2. You know, everything.
I don't know whose
Everything was
idea
lost
that
in
was.
game 2. The Tigers lost.
Sounds like the Boston series
Everything
last year.
was lost in game 2.
Sounds very familiar to 2013.
Oh, yeah. Very familiar, yeah.
Well, bottom line is, we all picked the Tigers to win the series over Baltimore. Baltimore won the series. Kansas City won the series.
You know what else also
So
hurt
it's
this
Baltimore,
team?
Kansas City, and the ALCS.
You know what also hurt this team? Nelson Cruz. He has been a Tiger killer. He's got eight home runs against the Tigers in the postseason. Why don't you just walk him during this? Because he's killed the Tigers in Texas, and now he killed them in Baltimore. You know? Or he's a free agent after this year. Why don't you sign the guy? I mean, you got Torrey Hunter's money coming out the book next year.
Stand to look at him for 162 games, and he's a bad fielder. We don't need more bad defensive fielders. He does have a cannon, though. He can throw. It's interesting. It's a very interesting
You think
proposition.
Torrey Hunter retires?
Yes.
He's not coming back here, regardless.
No. The Tigers got to use what salary he has and get probably an established bullpen arm.
Okay. You can get 2 for the price of Torrey Hunter, by the way. What do you do with Victor Martinez?
You resign him.
At what cost?
I would probably go max money.
You'd beat everybody if you have to.
Yeah.
He's
Will
gonna have
they
a lot of high
resign Max
bidders.
Scherzer?
Max needs to go.
You think so?
Max needs to go bye-bye. He's going to command too much money. Tigers don't need the needs are pretty glaring, I think, huh?
Yep.
Bullpen, defensive help,
Right.
depth.
Yep.
Who do they bring off the bench to pinch hit? Hernan Perez?
Ram Perez.
Who?
Yeah, minor leaguer.
Jeez Louise. It was a the postseason brings out all your problems.
Yep.
And we saw front and center all the Tigers' problems
Yep.
in this postseason.
Yep.
That being said, I don't think all hope is lost for 2015.
Well, Scherzer, you know, is going to be gone.
You're gonna have
Verlander.
have a
Price.
better Verlander.
Right.
Verlander will be better.
Yep. Price.
You're gonna have Price. You're gonna have Porcello.
Porcello.
You're gonna have Sanchez.
Who's your number 5 starter?
I don't know yet, but you're gonna have Miguel Cabrera. Jose Iglesias should be coming back.
Right.
Ian Kinsler. Castellanos should be better.
Right.
Okay, you're gonna have J.D. Martinez.
Right. It's your left fielder.
We need a couple outfielders, a couple bullpen arms.
Well, let's not forget Andy Dirks. You know what I mean? He could be, you know, he could be a help.
He could be something.
He could be something.
I'm not gonna trust him for much though.
No.
Not gonna
Well,
trust him for much.
But they do need a right fielder, clearly.
Yes.
And also, I'm not sold on Rajay Davis, especially with his injury problems.
I think he's a good 4th outfielder. I don't think he's
Who's
a
your
great
leadoff
starter.
hitter?
Kinsler?
No, who's your starting center fielder next year in opening day?
I don't know that yet. Oh, God. If it's Carrera, I'm going to move. Can't handle that guy. He's a butcher.
Should move to Kansas City.
I'm not moving to
Right
Kansas City.
now, but the reality of it is the balance of the AL Central has changed.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
It has changed.
No,
yeah,
it
it
hasn't.
has changed.
The Tigers are still the top team, but the Royals are slowly but surely threatening.
The Royals still don't score a lot of runs. They have an excellent bullpen, and they have excellent defense. Those things win games in the playoffs.
Yep.
The Tigers have won a lot of games despite their bad bullpen and
They
bad
need to
defense
address
in the
the
playoffs
bullpen
and in the regular
situation.
season.
They need to address. They got to get a proven 8th inning guy. They got to get a proven closer. You know what I mean? I don't think Nathan's not as good. Well, Story was a disaster for this team.
Do you re-sign him real quick? Do you re-sign him?
Nathan?
He's got a $6.5 million
No.
team option.
No.
You're not picking it up?
No, not picking it up.
I'd pick it up.
I would not pick
I'd
it up.
pick it up.
I think
don't know
Story
why,
is
but
a
I'd do
better
it.
closer than Nathan.
Possibly. All right, that's all she wrote. Tigers are done. We're done with this segment. I don't know when we'll talk Tigers again. Opening day is 6 months from today. See you then, everybody.
Enjoy farm fresh produce, baked goods, art, and more at the 2014 Lake Orion Farmers Market sponsored by Crittenden Hospital. Walk, bike, or drive to the Orion Arts Center located at 115 South Anderson Street. Parents can purchase products grown and made locally while kids take part in fun activities like horseshoes and arts and crafts. Come early and come often as vendors change from week to week as new crops come into season. The Lake Orion Farmers Market is held every Wednesday from 2 to 7 p.m. through October 22nd. For more information or to sign up as a vendor, visit downtownlakeorion.org.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas, where now we get to talk about. We kind of went backwards here.
Yeah.
Yesterday, the Tigers were the main course. The Lions were the appetizer to the splendid sports buffet we had here in Detroit, and they lost. Unsurprisingly, surprisingly, it was to the Bills
Of all teams.
All teams.
at home.
Of all
And it was
teams.
Kyle Orton,
Of all teams.
who's 8-0 all time against the Lions.
The offense.
That's disgusting.
Guys, the defense has been playing well.
The defense, I thought, played very well, especially in the first half.
They had pick six. They had some sacks.
Yep.
They had some
Yep.
pressure. Kyle Orton had 300 yards, which it's a good day for an NFL quarterback. It's not blowing the barn doors off or
Not
anything.
Peyton Manning numbers.
He had one touchdown. Okay. What killed you is
Your
the-
kicking game.
well, that sure, but the offense scored one touchdown. One touchdown at home against the Bills. That's unacceptable.
Against the Bills. Buffalo's got a good defense, though. You know what I mean? And you know who the defensive coordinator is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he used to coach the Lions. His name was Jim Schwartz. He ended up getting carried off like an idiot, like a Super Bowl cheerleader winning a Super Bowl.
Is there anyone with less class than Jim Schwartz?
Maybe Rex Ryan.
Well, if they've tried to pick him up, they'd break their backs.
Right.
Yeah. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. But that made me throw up in my mouth.
Well,
and it
that's an
almost came
insult to
out on the
Michigan
floor.
That's an insult to the state of Michigan and Lions fans.
That was just embarrassing for him, I think.
I think it's embarrassing for the Lions themselves.
It is embarrassing.
Because remember the Baltimore game last year? I mean, like this was
I
very
remember.
similar. This was very similar to that game.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, we were
but
there
the
at the
problem with this team is kicking game. You know, between Nate Freese and
Alex Henry.
Alex Henry, they were 4 for 12 on field goals.
Dear God.
Dear Lord.
NFL
and they just cut
kickers.
Alex Henry today.
Okay.
If there's a kicker that's available, pick him up. His name is Nate Prater. Pick him up
Matt
now.
Prater?
Matt Prater, sorry. Pick him up. He can kick you
But he's
field goals.
going to get suspended. He's going to get suspended for PEDs.
I still pick him up.
He's going to get
Who's
suspended,
going to kick in the meantime? Me?
You could kick and do well.
I could kick better than they could.
yeah.
I could
right.
kick. I couldn't kick any worse.
And
I'll
what's-
tell you
What's
that much.
that panic button meter for Ian kicking?
I could
please?
hit 4 out of 12. No, I probably could. But still.
But here's the thing with the Lions. Here, I mean, like, this team can't kick. This team.
They're not scoring on offense. They have
They're
a
moving the
high-powered
ball.
offense.
Well, remember Calvin Johnson. Remember Calvin Johnson's got an ankle injury.
That's fine.
Reggie Bush is hurt.
Do you remember Golden Tate
Yeah.
was the #1 quarterback on a Super Bowl winning team?
Right.
Why can't we use him better? Why can't we move the ball better and score?
I don't
Sammy,
know why.
we can't score.
I don't know
We
why.
put a #1 pick on a tight end that we didn't need.
Yeah.
Signed Golden Tate. You got Reggie Bush.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me,
You got
what's the problem? The defense is outperforming the offense. Defense has players named
Sue.
Barely.
who? Okay, there's a couple guys.
Levy.
All right, sure.
Mathis?
All right, he's 70.
Yeah.
Frank Gore. Frank Gore's the San Francisco running
You know
back.
one guy I'm very impressed with? Mr. Wynn, number 38.
George
Or
Wynn.
George Wynn. He did extremely, I thought he did well for when he was in there.
Yeah, well, he's not your top running.
No, he's not your top running back.
Because George Bell didn't play. Let's see. Theo Riddick didn't play. I mean, this Lions team, I'm going to be honest with you, they're in trouble. Because
It's inexcusable that you lose to the Bills, of all the teams
At
to lose
home.
to. At home
With
to the
Kyle
Buffalo
Orton
Bills
and that
with Kyle
stupid mustache.
Orton.
Kyle Orton
I normally
8-0
like
against the
mustaches.
Lions. Kyle, you have one.
You have one.
Kyle Orton's 8-0 against the Lions. You know what I mean? I mean, here's a guy that's had success at Ford Field. He knows how to win at Ford Field. He's been on numerous teams. He's found ways to beat the Lions, you know. Heck, he's a better backup quarterback than Dan Orlovsky. I was very disappointed by the Lions didn't sign him, you know, but
You've
over
made that
Dan
obvious.
Orlovsky. I hate Dan Orlovsky. I mean, like.
I hate everybody right now. I want to go in a hole and wake up in April.
We got hockey season coming up.
I don't care.
Hockey
I wanted October. I wanted to be happy.
Don't.
What was that the worst sports weekend in Detroit history? It started off Friday, where it was a kick to the groin.
Yep.
Could came home 1-1.
Yep.
Some morale.
Yep.
Some energy.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Down 0-2.
Yeah.
Michigan. I don't really care, but Michigan lost to
Michigan
Rutgers.
lost to Rutgers. Yeah, Brady Hoke's gonna get fired.
Yeah, he's gone. Sunday.
Michigan State won.
State
And
won.
overcome even though they had to hold on even though they're up 27-3.
They had to hold on to dear life.
Yeah, I know that was rough. And then you gotta look at them, and then of course you have the Lions. You have one of the best Saturdays upsets in college football, of course, happening. Alabama going down. You had.
We're talking Detroit sports here.
Oh, if I'm you, this is the best sports weekend in Detroit history for you. But for the rest of us, it was a bad sports weekend. For the rest of us.
Is your bonnet on too tight?
Nope.
Hit that panic button meter.
Why do you have a sheet over your head? What's going on?
Hey, if this was Ian, you know what I mean? The mind of Ian Weatherspoon, it would be like he's devastated right now because the Lions play somebody this week.
Yeah, they do. Minnesota. What are your thoughts?
I think.
At Golden Gopher Stadium.
Yeah, TDM Bank Stadium. You know what? I think they lose this week.
Of course.
Of course they lose.
Tack it up. 3-3.
Because
Lose to who's their quarterback?
Teddy Bridgewater.
Jimmy Rollins?
No, Teddy Bridgewater.
Is he hurt?
He's a rookie quarterback.
Is he
from
back?
Louisville. Yeah, he's back. He's going to play this week.
Good.
Lions lose the Vikings this week because Lions offense can't score. It's going to be cold, and I think it's going to be they don't have a true power back right now. And, of course, the Lions don't have a kicker right now. Sign Matt Prater, Lions. Sign Matt Prater.
What about Jay Feely?
No, Jay Feely sucks.
Why?
He sucks.
Why?
He can't kick worth over 50 yards.
Wow, we need somebody to make, something in the 30 first.
I think that the Lions will actually win this week. They've got adversity going on right now. I think that the
Why does it matter? Why does it matter? We sit here, we waste our time and our energy rooting for this team, and they can't make a stupid field goal indoors with no wind. They didn't even get it over the crossbar.
Oh, no, it didn't.
The whole thing was 4 feet off the ground the whole time.
Are you ready to concede on the Lions?
That's why they
I'm conceding. I'm
You're
on your camp.
conceding on the Lions?
They're done.
They're
Hit
done.
that
They're
panic
done.
button
There,
meter.
you and me agree on each other. High five.
Ah!
They're done. They're out the whole year.
Yeah, they've been
They're
done.
going to go 4-12.
I think they're going to go. You're right, 4-12.
They're going to win one more game.
Yep.
They're going to beat. Who are they going to beat?
Let's see. Who's on the schedule?
Sisters of the Poor.
Yep.
Yep. They're gonna beat somebody bad.
And Brady's back. And Breeze is back.
Yep.
And they're done.
4-12 Express. All,
Yep.
all aboard.
Yep.
Hit that panic button meter again.
When we come back, we're gonna do something. I don't even know. Get out of here. I need a drink.
Hello, I'm Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard.
And I'm former Detroit Red Wing Joe Koster.
We'd like to remind you to practice safe boating by knowing the laws regarding water safety.
Please make sure you have the necessary safety equipment on board and be sure all of your equipment is working properly before leaving the dock.
And the probability of being involved in a boating accident nearly doubles when alcohol is involved. Always check local weather conditions, and if you notice darkening clouds, play it safe. Get off the water. Have a safe, enjoyable summer on the lake.
Over.
Welcome back.
Summer's over.
Summer's over. Baseball's over. Mike Bouchard could kick for the Lions better than Alex Henry. I don't even know.
Yep, he could.
All right. Well,
Let's go with some happier news.
Let's go some happier news.
let's. You look like Aladdin.
Shut up.
Anyways, the Dragons won this week.
You look like what's that lady on the bananas? What's her name? What's the banana lady's name?
I had no idea.
You look like her. Huh? Yeah, he looks like Chiquita Banana.
Shut up. Okay.
Hi.
You know, the Dragons won this week.
All right.
They beat Stony Creek 40-21.
Huge coming out party for the Dragons. I mean, like, this is a devastating loss for Stony Creek, especially when it comes to playoff hopes. They still got to play West Bloomfield next week. That's going to be a bad matchup right there. But when you look at this team, they got to win out just to make the playoffs, and that does include having to beat Clarkson. If they beat Clarkson, they're in the playoffs, guaranteed.
You noticed something, what I saw in the first half, in the second half. First half, it felt like the guys were not into it. It felt like that they were not having fun. It was very tense, very tight. Second half, defense got going. You saw the emotion begin to go up on the sidelines. They were excited. They were happy. They were really into the game. I mean, the defense I felt like the defense was the reason why they won the game, because they forced 4 Stony Creek turnovers. They forced Stony Creek out of their comfort zone. And if you look at, did the defense pressure? So-so. But, I mean, the defense was very opportunistic. They took advantage of Stony Creek's opportunities, but also, you know, when the Dragons went on offense, they converted, especially running the football, especially with Matt Krause and then Zach Surzo, and also Jalen Wiggins. Can't forget Jalen Wiggins.
You know, Krause and Surzo
well.
didn't play in last year's game. You know,
Krause and Wiggins.
Krause and Wiggins didn't play in last year's
Right.
game. But here's the thing. The difference in this game, I thought, was Stony Creek's defense came in. They were a very good defense. They allowed at least 14 a game, gave up 40 points. Most they allowed this season. I mean, they allowed 35 points to Clarkston, but when you put 40 on that type of team, especially with that type of defense, that hurts you. You know, and then seeing their defensive leader, Joe Platt, sitting there just devastated. It's a tough thing to swallow if you're Stony Creek, because now you got to look at who you got to deal with. They got Troy at this week, then they got to play West Bloomfield, then they got to play the crossover, which is going to be Rochester. So if they get in 5-4, Stony Creek's 5-4 might not be as strong as you say if Lake Orion goes 5-4.
But obviously,
But they got to win.
But obviously, you look at
Because the Adams game's not looking good right now.
But obviously, you got to look at with Lake Orion. The question is, are they back, or is it not yet?
They're not back because, like I said, they still got to win the big one, and they got to win that, and that's next week against Clarkson. I mean, like, I like them this week against Swoopy Hills. I just don't like them against Clark. Well, let's see. When you look at the game with Clarkson,
You don't like them against Clarkston.
it's a tough matchup, but I think they got a shot at beating Clarkson because I'm not throwing Clarkson's defense at all. But when you look at the last 3 games, of course, when you look at the last game that Lake Orion played with Stony Creek, they finally figured a way how to run the ball. And also they developed a little bit of a passing game. You know, I mean, against West Bloom, they couldn't do anything at all. Then against Oxford, that was a game they should have won. You know what I mean? But
Oxford, Chippewa Valley, those are 2
Oxford,
games
Chippewa
you should
Valley,
win.
2 games they should win. You know what I mean? This team should be sitting maybe at least 8, and maybe at least right now heading into week 7. They should be sitting at 5-1 right now, but they're not. They're sitting at 3-3. You know?
Right. But let's preview Bloomfield Hills. Bloomfield Hills, a team very unfamiliar. There was Los Hernandover. They merged a few years ago to become Bloomfield Hills. Ever since then, it's been a rough road for Bloomfield Hills, having to play in the white for a year and then having to play in the red. And for Bloomfield Hills, they got a good quarterback. They got a pretty good line. They got some good linebackers, but they're giving a lot of points up on defense, and they're not very deep. What's your take on Bloomfield Hills?
Bloomfield Hill's not very deep. I mean, but Nate Emery's a good quarterback, especially, he did play 1 year at Utica Eisenhower before coming back to Bloomfield Hills. You know, they're going to try to use him in so many different facets because he played running back when he was at Bloomfield Hills Lost, or now he's their starting quarterback. I mean, but for the Dragons, I think this is an interesting matchup here for Lake Orion because when you look at this matchup, it's no doubt that I just think the Dragons are a lot better right now on paper in this matchup. I just think that I think it's going to be too much Lake Orion this game at Bloomfield Hills.
I think that Lake Orion's got too much playmaker. Lake Orion's got more playmakers than Bloomfield Hills. I think that yes, Lake Orion does travel down to Bloomfield Hills, and I think it'll be a very, very unique matchup. It's going to be interesting to see how is it Scott Bernstein? that calls Nate Emery Nate
the Great Emery.
Will he overcome the vaunted Dragons? You know, this feels like a lot like 2008 when the Dragons played Bloomfield Hills-Losser. If you remember that game, very similar
That was a
situation,
bloodbath.
but it was also a bloodbath. I think that it's going to be very similar here. I think the Dragons' defense is a lot better than what people think. I think the Dragons will pressure here. I also think that they're not going to stop the offense. I think that Kraus gets it going. I think Thurzo gets it going. I look for the Dragons to win big against Bloomfield.
The key for this team staying healthy. If this team stays healthy, they're going to win. If they don't, I'm going to say Lake Orion wins this game 45-7.
Whoa.
I think makes sense. Let's hit that drum roll, please, again. I think Lake Orion's going to win. Lake Orion's going to win.
Mother Mary, what do you say?
I'm going to say it's going to be 48-3.
Where are you guys? Where are you at right now? You in space?
Hey, hockey season's Thursday night.
Loria does not. The reason why I say Coach Loria does not, you know, he dreads playing these bigger schools.
Oh yeah.
He really, really dreads playing the bigger schools because his system is set up to play the smaller schools. When you play the bigger schools, especially teams that have more depth, it's very difficult for him.
Right.
And I think that we're going to see that happen on Friday.
It's going to happen here again Friday night.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hockey starts Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yep. Hockey starts Thursday night.
Winter. Means winter is here now.
That means you get to play Boston.
Oh, that should be fun.
Anthony opens up with Minnesota.
Those idiots.
And I open up.
Idiots! For what they did to my Avalanche! How dare they!
And I open up with Chicago.
And I beat you in fantasy football this week.
Not so fast. Russell Wilson could put up 40.
Yeah, but he's got Seattle's defense and Noah's Paul.
Kirk Cousins could put up 40 over Seattle's defense.
I doubt he'll put up 40. I lost this week.
All right.
Thank goodness,
come to
especially
terms?
over the insult.
No, you and I both lost.
I lose.
You
every
two
week.
should hug again.
We both lost.
You two.
What the hell?
The hell?
Hit that panic button meter.
Okay. Whoa.
I love when those two hug.
Rough day.
Rough one.
Well, maybe we'll be talking about another Lions loss next week.
Yep.
All would be right in the world, huh?
Hey, Michigan State will keep us all happy.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so.
Sparty on, folks. Sparty on.
All right. Take care, everybody.